Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Wheel of Horror. We finally have a new suggestion, which is from the lovely Julia. She has suggested Jennifer's Body. So, let's see what we're gonna get. Hoping for a good one, not Wheel of Punishment. And it's gonna be When a Stranger Calls. So, thank you, Kaylin, for suggesting it, and let's get to the review. And welcome back. So, as you could probably guess, since you're seeing this screen, When a Stranger Calls is not available anywhere. The only one that is the 1979, but since I was asked to do the 2006, we're back to the wheel. So let's see what punishment we are going to get. I added one more, which really isn't a punishment. It's DVD collection, which means I could choose any DVD from my collection that is a horror movie. So let's see what we're going to get. And it is Unfriended, so honestly, I feel like this was a little bit of a win. Let's get to the review. Unfriended was released in 2015 and was directed by Leo Gabriadze. It stars Shelley Hennig and is about a haunted Skype call. Yes, a haunted Skype call. So, going into this, I've already seen this movie and I have had my opinions about it, which some of you will know about. But before I watched it again, I wanted to see what other people thought about it. So I looked up YMS's video, I looked up Chris Stuckman's video, and they're kind of on two opposite spectrums of what they believe about this movie. Although I feel like Chris Stuckman does a good job of saying how some people will like it and some people don't, which is how this film is divided between fans and critics. So after watching them, I decided to watch it again, and I've come to the conclusion that
Unfriended is a shitty movie.
Yeah, so I definitely lean towards that this movie is not that great. Although I do feel like there's a lot of cool things about this movie, which I really think it's such an awesome concept, how this movie was filmed as a Skype call. But I feel like, although it has this cool concept, there's so many horror tropes that we've seen a million times again and again and again. And I feel like this movie just really sticks to that when it should try to be really different, which unfortunately it doesn't. You have your tropes where, oh, you're going to have your overly sexual people, but oh no, this character, she's not sexual at all. She's like the virgin of the group. And you just know these characters based on their personality and like all these tropes. You already know how it's going to end up. And I don't like that. Like, there needed to be a little bit more surprise, and you don't get that. I think another pro you possibly could have is that it is sometimes a little bit tense, and I did feel myself tense up like one time, so good job at doing that, but it really fails at scaring me. I did not really feel scared at all watching it. It didn't tense me up as much as I would have liked it to. It's just very underwhelming and kind of boring, so that really makes it not that great of a movie. I will say though, I am happy that it was on the Wheel of Punishment because there are a few times that I laughed about it. Not that it was, scary or that they were actually trying to do like a good joke. No, it was just genuinely funny. Some of like the crying and, oh no, what happened? Oh no, Billy 227! It's a ghost! Ooh! Another con that I do have is that it does look a little bit cheap with some of the scares that they try to portray. And I don't fault the people for it because it was only a budget of $1 million, but you can tell that it was on a budget of $1 million. It does look very cheap. I also feel like, going back to like the tropes and like how you could tell what character was gonna do what, I do think that another bad part about that was the fact that none of the characters are very interesting. You don't really care about any of them, but also the fact that it feels very fake. You never feel like this is a realistic situation that's being played out. And I do like a little bit of realism in my horror films because I believe that that produces the most scares if you could see that happening in real life. And I could not see any of it happening in real life. You saw everything from a mile away. They would show you something like 20 times and you would automatically know how that person was going to die. And it's just not that good. This movie isn't very good. Although it is kind of funny at some points. I think the final nail in the coffin with this movie being really bad for me is its ending. The last 5 seconds of this movie is so freaking stupid. And anyone who was enjoying it up to this point definitely doesn't like it after that. And I've seen like comments about people saying the last 5 seconds ruined the entire movie for me, which it is really bad. It's so cheesy and so cheap. And that was the final straw for me, just being like, yep, we're gonna put it on the terrible side. Overall, I'm gonna give this movie a 3 out of 10. And if you do want to laugh with a few friends, you know, watch it. It could be enjoyable watching it with people. Watching it alone, it wasn't that enjoyable. So thank you everyone for watching. Leave a comment down below for any suggestions you have for the Wheel of Horror. But let's flash forward to the next review.